As you will remember, an interval name has two parts: a numerical distance, the number, and a quality, a word name. An example would be major third. The number is the distance on the staff between the two interval notes. To find the number, count the staff lines and spaces between the two notes, including both interval notes. The number for this interval is 4. The quality describes the type of interval. These are the 5 different quality names, each with a short form sign in brackets: perfect, major, minor, augmented, and diminished. Each note of a major scale above its tonic creates a major or perfect interval. Perfect intervals are unisons, fourths, fifths, and octaves. Major and minor intervals are seconds, thirds, sixths, and sevenths. A minor interval is a half step smaller than a major interval. A diminished interval is a half step smaller than a minor interval or perfect interval. And an augmented interval is a half step larger than a perfect or major interval. So now let's look at some examples. This first interval is a major third. When the upper note C sharp is lowered to C, the interval becomes a half step smaller, and so now it's a minor third. When the top note of the minor third C is lowered to C flat, it becomes smaller again. And so now it's a diminished third. In this next example, the upper note of the perfect fifth is lowered from A to A flat. And so the interval is changed to a diminished fifth. Now let's look at raising the upper note and making it the interval larger. When the D in the major sixth is changed to D sharp, the interval becomes an augmented sixth. Likewise, in the next example, raising the E flat in the perfect fourth to E natural creates an augmented fourth. So now we should have the information we need to name a given interval. Remember, the first step is to count the lines and spaces for the number. So this interval is a second. The lower note is E, and the second note of the E major scale is F sharp, which would make it a major second. But this is F, a half step lower than F sharp, and so the quality is minor. In this next one, the number is 6. The lower note is A flat, and the sixth note of the A flat major scale is F, and that would create a major sixth. Since this is F double flat, 2 half steps lower than F, the quality is diminished. In this interval, the number is 3. The lower note is A, and the third note of the A major scale is C sharp, which would make a major third. This is C double sharp, a half step higher than C sharp, and so the quality is augmented. This final interval has a numerical value of 5. The lower note is C sharp. The fifth note of the C sharp major scale would be G sharp, and that would make a perfect fifth. But this upper note is C natural, a half step lower than C sharp, and so the quality is diminished. Sometimes, however, the lower note is not a tonic of a major key. So to name the interval, we must add or subtract an accidental so that it becomes the tonic of a major scale. Here we'll take away the sharp so that we can use the key of G major. Now we have to make the same change to the upper note that we made to the lower, making sure we don't change the note's line or space. Since changing the G sharp to G lowered it a half step, we'll add a flat to the upper note E to lower it a half step as well. This creates a parallel interval with the same name as the given interval. So the parallel interval is a minor sixth, and the given interval will also be a minor sixth. Here's another example. In this case, we'll raise each note a half step so that we are using the key of F major. Then the interval can be named as a major seventh.